Quos and guaguas, please welcome to the stage, Whoa!
Stop it. Don't. No, please. It's a late night show. We got to get started. We don't have time to waste. Please stop it. Do not give me a standing ovation. We don't have time. Do not rise to your feet. Hello. What is it's the cartoon. What is this? The story of the lonely Wookiee, the faithful Wookiee. Who knows what I'm talking about? I guess I can't say what this is because this is owned by Disney and we are on strike. Technically, Disney owns me. I should not be here. I am IP, but that's maybe the loophole. I am not SAG, I am not WGA. I am IP. Welcome to the George Lucas strike show. That's what this is. This is here. We flew all the way here to promote nothing. To talk about zero Lucasfilm productions. What will we talk about today? Day of the Tentacle? Indiana Jones novels? Things such as these, loopholes. Loop. Who here has ever been to see a George Lucas talk show before? Not in person, has watched it in any format. Okay. Who here has no idea what the fuck they are about to see? Yes, that is what I love. Okay, raise your hand if you're one of the people who just clapped that you have no idea what you're about to see. You, sir, right there. I want you to, and no wrong answers. No pressure, no wrong answers. What do you think this is?
Show or you?
Both. Let's do both.
I'm guessing that we'll from George Lucas. Maybe we'll talk about Red Tails. I don't know.
Yeah, AMPTP, but go on.
Or a stereotype that really drags down a perfectly reasonable movie.
Well, can't disagree with what you said. Like your wording is, the movie was good until Watto entered. I don't know if I've heard that take on Phantom Menace. It's just, this thing is zooming, it's perfect, 10 out of 10. Then this little flying space Jew comes in. I'm allowed to say that. I'm a flying space Jew myself. This is what this is. It is an entirely normal talk show. The only weird thing tonight is that we can't talk about movies and television. But otherwise, the premise of this is very normal. Billionaire philanthropist and artistic legend George Lucas, in the fallout of a terrible crime, a horrible crime. I don't know if this reached overseas, if the reports of this reached overseas, but there was a kidnapping. All of George Lucas's creations were stolen by Mickey Mouse. They left a ransom note that said, here are the $6 billion we agreed upon. And they never let him tell the stories again. So what does he do with the $6 billion burning a hole in his pocket? Affordable housing, he builds a museum, these things are still in production. But he said, finally, maybe this is a chance for me to flex some different muscles. What am I good at? Boundless charisma. Ability to deeply engage with other human beings on a meaningful level. And an endless curiosity. And so we began doing the George Lucas talk show. I am Watto, and in just a second, George Lucas is about to come out. Do you folks feel ready?
Yeah.
And a quick question for you. Did you feel that this show was promising until I came out? Well, that's what I'm looking for. Let's start the fucking show.
Welcome retired filmmaker George Lucas.
Hello, I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars.
And I am Watto, sidekick / announcer / warm-up comic / flying space crew.
Welcome to the first of 4 George Lucas talk shows as part of the Edinburgh Festival Fringe.
George on the Fringe.
George on the Fringe, is that a trending hashtag?
It will become one after tonight.
Well, that's exciting. Everyone type that into your devices and send it out. Yeah.
Time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Latecomers, welcome.
Do it now. George on the Fringe, no
George
other
on the
context. You don't need to explain what it is. George on the Fringe.
And there should be nothing else in the body of the tweet.
You
Just the tag.
If you want to type, if you want to add a GIF, go into the GIF thing, but just type George on the Fringe. Whatever comes up, that's the...
Whatever comes up.
Yeah.
I was trying to prep the audience, let them know some of the guidelines of what we can and cannot do.
Oh, right,
in terms
because...
of this being a talk show and the strikes happening, solidarity, you know?
Now, technically, I am a member of the Phi Corps.
Yes.
Which is a
Is
special
anyone here-
designation in the Writers Guild where you pay dues, but then you don't have to go along with any of the strikes. There's a handful of people who are Phi Corps.
It is one page. I'd say it's less than 40 people who are Phi Corps.
Yeah.
The list is pretty fascinating.
I was the first name on the list chronologically.
The first 1981, I believe.
Yeah, and then
is
a
the
writer
year.
from a TV show, I can't say the name of it.
No.
It was an old situation comedy. The title expressed a preference for a particular extraterrestrial. but we're not going to promote it because then those scum suckers will just profit off of the residuals that they're denying the actors and the writers.
The title expressed a preference for
Yes,
a certain...
I have a preference for one extraterrestrial, and this person is the other main character on the show.
Are you calling Lucille Ball an extraterrestrial?
No, Lucy's character was born in America.
That's what I thought.
Yes. Should we bring out, well, we got to bring Patrick out, right?
No.
Oh, interesting.
I like
interesting.
the attitude.
Yeah, who said no? I want to know why you said no.
Tell us why.
He's a rat, I heard.
He's a rat.
He's a rat, I heard.
What I heard.
Word is spreading, and you are right. He's a dirty, dirty rat. Please welcome to the stage our little rat, Patrick Cotner. Our little rat.
In fairness, we have to give Patrick a chance to defend himself. You have been accused, sir.
I flew so far.
And he heard the word flew faster than you. It landed before you got there.
Patrick, how are you doing?
I was fine.
In fairness, there was only one person who expressed an
which
objection.
is-
Everyone else, it was like a silent consent.
It's better odds than I normally get.
Yeah.
One person is not bad.
How you feel okay though?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, I like your hat.
I have almost no pressure on me this whole month.
Why?
Which is great. I don't know. You guys, you're doing the play, and
That's right.
You are going to regret admitting this to us in public in front of everyone. We will never stop holding this against you anytime you show any resistance to doing anything for the entire month.
Let's bring out the real guests.
Please.
Okay. I hate this part of the show
I
already.
just want to,
Two.
Yeah.
I want to say two things quickly before we bring
right.
the guests out. One is that you might say, well, all the other talk shows are on hiatus in the United States
Yeah,
of America
right.
right now because they're writers guild. We proudly are the only talk show with no writing staff.
Yeah. No writing staff, no preparation.
Everything is unprepared. But sometimes there's a segment on this show we like to do called Watto's Big Joke.
Right.
And it is when I Watto, because the show, it's all off the cuff. It's off the dome. Sometimes Watto earlier in the day, though. Day of the show. Pencils down. It's never written down. But in the head, I go, that's a joke I want to say on stage.
Right. Now, and also, if you thought of this before the strike started, if you thought of this in March, it's okay. Then it's not struck work.
I didn't. It's topical, but we'll get to
Okay.
it. All I'm saying is, I'm calling my shot. At some point in the show, I will tell Watto's big joke, and it will be huge.
All right. All right, Watto, you want to introduce the guests?
Yes! Folks, I can't list any of their film and TV credits, but I will say they're both here at the Fringe Festival doing their own shows, and they're wonderful. Please welcome to the stage Eden, Sher, and Ed Gamble!
Goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. Sit down, grab a mic. Look at everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
We're here. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
How's your Fringe going so far?
Well, I want to hear from you because you already told me your show was interesting tonight, Eden.
It was.
Eden, your show, I have to say, is one of the hottest shows in the festival right now. And
It's great.
And I was there tonight. I was in a row where it was so hot a man lost consciousness.
Fainted. A human fainted at my show. Is this on?
Is it on? We want the microphone on.
Right? Okay, sorry.
Let's make the mic as hot as that man was in the audience.
At one of the key moments, I won't spoil anything from your show. One of perhaps the hardest moments in the whole show, a man announces, "I have to get out of here."
I literally was. Oh, did you get a fan?
Yeah, this is the
good.
fans that were passed out from the stage. That was that was a nice touch.
Thank you. Improvised because it was so fucking hot.
I'm sorry. Just so he announced, I
yeah.
have to get out
No.
of here. Prioritize that over getting out of
No,
here.
there was.
Well, it's a tight, intimate room.
Okay.
And in order for him to leave, the whole row had to leave.
Yeah.
I was in that row. And he didn't make it to the end of the row. He collapsed across all of the chairs. And I looked over at you, and you were like, "Oh, I guess I'm being upstaged by this man's one-man show from the audience."
We should also say your show is like in a tower.
Yes.
Your show is like, you have to climb stairs to get to it. So even when this guy got out of that room, he still had a while to get down.
Oh,
Also-
he fell down the stairs.
I can't do the Scottish brogue. Can anyone here say, "I have to get out of here," as if you're about to pass out in a thick Scottish accent?
Patrick can.
Absolutely not.
Patrick
Absolutely
backstage
not.
was doing his impression of the guy, and it was very sensitive and very accurate. And I'd love to hear him do it again
refuse.
for the audience.
Can that guy who doesn't like me do it? Yeah. Can you do it?
I have to get out of here.
There we go.
Oh!
I think that might be the guy.
Imagine if that
seem
was the guy
fine.
and he's absolutely fine
Yeah.
now. He's so good.
Now he's feeling great. I don't want to oversell this, but people should be on warning. It might get pretty hot in here when Watto's big joke drops. So if you think you're at risk of fainting, just be aware it will happen at some point in the show.
How'd you feel?
So, yeah.
Talk us through it, because this is fresh. You
I
just finished this show a few hours ago.
I did. It really was like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And yes, I don't want to spoil it, but it really was at like the moment. And it was there was so much chatter that I was like, I was feeling I was like, show must go on-ing for a while. And then I was just like, there was a pause and I was like, we okay back there? We good? And then, no, we weren't. I was like, I have to go. And then I just sat for like a solid, it felt like 8 hours. It must have been like 2 whole minutes, though. I was just like waiting for the row to get up. And then I was like, I have to be emotional in like 10 seconds. It's not going to work.
I've had those shows as well where you hear someone's in the audience important and you're like, I hope this goes well. But the fact that happened when fucking George Lucas was in the audience.
Yeah. Also, so we all got out of the row, and this theater, like, venues are not built for the rows to empty out and stand in the aisle. There's no venue in the world that's built that way. Where it's like, well, if everyone got out of their seats, they would fit in the aisles. Think about it, that's a bad design. If someone designed a theater for you and like, the aisles are so big that everyone who's seated could fit in the aisles all at once. All right? You would say, go back to the drawing board, make the aisles smaller. There for leaving, not for the whole audience to fit at once. So the aisle we all move out, and we got mixed up in the wrong return order. And then when they went in, they didn't leave enough seats for me to be able to fit.
Oh, no.
Because they didn't go all the way in. They, like, out of respect, left, like, extra space for the memory of the man who was too hot.
For the fallen.
Wait, did you get locked out?
No, I stood there, and I was like, where do I go? Because the show already has had enough people drawing focus. You know, I didn't want to be the guy who's like, hey, also I have a problem. Where do I sit?
I mean, it is crazy. George, to be fair, you're 79?
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be
It's
80
crazy.
next year.
Yeah, that they looked up and said, no, he's okay. He's fine.
Did you think about screaming, I've got to get in there in a Scottish accent?
Fortunately, they began to scooch out of shame just to the side of me. And then the show, you didn't miss a beat, even though there had been hundreds of beats.
I tried. Thank you. I tried. I will say 2 people, though, did get locked out. They got locked out because of this guy. Because of the memoriam spaces that they left.
Yeah.
I couldn't. And then also, this is unrelated to this, but I'm going to embarrass him because he's here. There was a lot of weird clapping also.
Oh, yeah, this is a
Oh,
bad
I'm so
audience
sorry
for
to
clapping.
hear that.
I don't know if you're kidding,
Was
but
it like this? Like this?
No, it was worse than that. It was individual clappers who came in with full enthusiasm anytime they liked one thing. So you would say something. It was even worse than that. I truly don't think anyone here is going to be skilled enough to replicate how good these individual audience members, because it wasn't just one person.
No.
There were multiple people. And then One guy, I won't mention the TV show that you were on because that would be to promote it. The show,
Sure, yes.
your show, to say the title of it.
Yes. Oh, you know what? I'm so lucky that I didn't put it in the title. It's just called I Was on a Sitcom.
Yeah, perfectly
You can Google me.
strike-proof titling. Deep into the show. I would say in the last maybe 7 minutes of the show, you referenced something from an episode of the show, and a guy at the back of the theater in full voice said, "I just watched that episode." And this is after the man fell over and almost died. This is after everything. You are clearly in the final, like, you're trying to wind it up, and you make this reference. And he said, and he wasn't being too loud to his neighbor. I want you to know this. He was saying it to you. I saw him. And you know, you can tell when someone's like, I just watched that episode. This wasn't that. I just watched that episode. He wanted you to know more than he wanted you to finish your show.
Truly? That wasn't even the last 7 minutes. It was the last 45 seconds. So when he did that, I also had nothing left in me. I didn't ad-lib. I just went, okay. Going.
But it was such a patient yet furious okay. You looked over and you went, okay.
I'm fascinated by this guy who goes to see what is advertised as a one-woman show, sits in the audience and goes, there might be room for two.
Well, he saw there was when the other guy took up the spotlight, and then
Now
he
it's
said,
a
"My turn
three-person
now."
show. Now
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a free-for-all.
Yeah, because you start to think when you see that man almost died, you don't want to pass up any shot after that, because we all are here for such little time on
Correct.
this planet.
There's only so
Yes.
much
The
pressure.
guy's like, I'll regret it if I don't say it. I'll go home. I should have told her. She mentioned the episode. I bet she wanted to know that someone had just seen it.
I definitely, did not want to know. But I will say, but one of the people I found out after who did the lone clap was my husband.
Oh no!
Boo.
Wait, is he here?
Yes!
Okay. All right.
Can you do
Yes.
a replication of the clap?
That was faster than what it was. It was like you got embarrassed halfway through, and I was like, who the fuck would clap and then get embarrassed? They're like, I couldn't believe it.
Do we remember what the clap was in response to?
Yes, I do, because he told me, because it was something that he had done.
Oh no.
I was like giving him redemption sort of in the story of it, and he was like, I thought the audience would get it, that it was me.
Can't you let your wife have the spotlight for 1 hour?
1 second.
That's me. I'm in the story.
Literally, they brought the lights up on him in the audience here, right now.
Yeah.
Like early in the show, you're like, he's sitting right here. Sure. I felt the heat of all of those eyes on the back of my head. And every time you referenced me, I just thought that at that moment, everyone would think, what's he thinking?
Nobody was thinking that.
My God.
Wow.
By the way, there was no heat of eyes on you at all at any point in the show.
Unbelievable.
Oh, God, I guess I'm the star now.
Eden, George obviously saw it tonight. I know Patrick saw it last night. I've not gotten a chance to see the show yet. They plan while we're still here. But can you tell for the audience, for people who haven't seen it yet, who are not your husband, what the show is about when people are not fainting?
Yes. Well, it is called I Was on a Sitcom, and I was on a sitcom, and so I do talk about what it's like having been on a sitcom for 9 years, but it also has to do with the very traumatic birth of my twin babies.
Oh, I made a movie about that.
We can't say which one. You all know. Just think the title in your
is.
head, but
I
we
literally
can't
don't.
say it.
It is, yeah.
Think it.
It is,
Just think it.
I don't know which one.
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, in a way,
I've
a lot
never-
of them.
You
But there's
could
one
argue
that's really
all of
about
them.
you know?
Yeah.
So
Is it
we're
a
not allowed to say
prequel?
the name of anything because of the strikes, right? We're,
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
trying
even though historically I have not been great with the unions.
No.
Yeah.
This
But
is true.
I'm taking this moment to say, come on, let's pay. I've always been a good boss. I've always paid people fairly. But I dropped out of DGA. I'm
Dropped out of the
FICOR with a
WG.
W. No, I'm FICOR. I'm
FICOR.
FICOR.
What
Financial-
does
almost-
FICOR mean?
FICOR is when you like pay the dues, but then you don't follow any of the rules, and the punishment is I can never be the president of the WGA. Oh, boo, fucking who? It's just like go to your room. Like, great, my room's cool. I love it.
Also, this is a
That's the
fact.
punishment.
Most of George's movies, the reason why almost all of George's films,
Oh, yeah.
the big ones, were shot in either London or Sydney, Australia, is so they did not have to be SAG production.
Yeah, I stopped filming them in England because I didn't like the tea breaks.
Yeah. So the first half, all England, and then he went, they're not working hard enough in England. He took it to Australia where the unions are even looser.
Yeah, but
Are you guys still happy you're doing this show?
Oh, over the moon.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So you can't say the name of your show?
I don't know if I can. I
Whereabouts
don't know.
in the row was the man who fainted sitting?
The front,
In-
the back.
In the middle.
Scab!
Scab.
Oh, not where I thought that was going.
Ed,
Hello.
hello. Your show takes place in the noon hour currently, your current Fringe show.
Yes, it's on at noon. It's a work in progress. And a whole row left my show today as well.
Why? Did you find out why?
No. It was perfectly cool in there. I don't know. They just...
Are you pushing the boundaries?
I'm pushing some serious boundaries of a show being ready.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. It's a WIP. It's a WIP, but there's a lot of W and not much P.
I've released a bunch of movies that were works in progress. You just fix them later. You add stuff in later on. There's no shame in that. One of my works in progress got nominated for Best Picture. So, like, maybe that'll happen for you.
Well, I do. My final line of every joke is I go, I'm going to fix that in post. So,
Yeah.
Of every joke.
Yeah,
of
every
your
joke.
whole set.
I'll fix that in post, guys.
Ed, you were telling me backstage. We chit-chat before
Yeah, we were
the
chatting
show.
backstage.
You were saying there was an 11-year-old sitting dead center at the audience.
Yes,
today.
Arthur. His name was Arthur.
Oh, his name is Arthur.
Oh, interesting.
You
Wow.
know the name of the kid.
I know the name of the kid. I chatted to the kid. Of
Oh,
course
that's
I
great.
did.
Okay.
He was literally sat in the front row like this angelic 11-year-old kid wearing a flat cap. If I'd not mentioned him, it would have been a very awkward show.
Did he have like a propeller hat, like giant lolly?
He was like a little newsboy.
Yeah.
He was shouting the news. No, I asked him his name. I checked with his mum to see if it was okay that I was about to say some rude stuff. And I think she was a hippie. She was fine with it. But I said some really awful stuff to him.
You said like, Arthur, you suck.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like really,
Yeah.
really in his face.
Targeted.
Did Arthur laugh? Did he think you were funny?
I'm not sure. I met them afterwards, and she said it was his first ever stand-up show. And I sort of looked at him, and he was like, wasn't really what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I basically ruined an art form for a child.
Do you get many children? Like, is this something that happens sometimes at your sets?
The noon show has brought in a lot of children because,
Right.
They're up then.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. They are.
If you do a show while they're awake, kids will find a way into your show.
Have we chat? Are there any kids here?
Are there any kids?
What was that? How old
How
are
old are
you?
you?
16.
Oh, come on.
That's
I,
not.
I'm
Also,
a
you're a
young man, if you ask me.
You're a Scottish 16-year-old. You sound about 45.
You have a beard. You literally have a beard. What's the most childish thing you do? Be honest. No joke. Just what's the thing that you do that when you do it, you're like, I know I'm a little boy.
Tells me I'm embarrassing all the time.
You say, Mum?
Do you know, I stopped and looked at a sign yesterday.
He's doing it now.
His head in his hand.
He's so embarrassed. What was the sign?
I read the sign to see what shows were on at 5:30 outside the Guilty Balloon.
It's not embarrassing. That's very normal.
Yeah, but you couldn't stand it. Like,
You
stop.
still can't stand
You
it.
hid your
Covering
head in
his
your hand.
eyes, his whole head.
Did you read it out loud?
No, I was just standing.
You're literally reading in your head.
Mother, it's ridiculous you're getting in people's
Do you like walk by when your mother's reading a novel and go like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this to me. How dare you read words in public? I'm kidding, you're a good kid, you're a good kid. Good head on your
This
shoulder.
is what you get when you woo.
Yeah,
When we
never
ask
will.
and you woo, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Never will. Eden, you said you were on a sitcom for many years that we will not name, but it was a family sitcom.
It was.
And I know you were on a long-running, very popular animated series as well.
I was.
You must have a lot of fans that are very young. Have you had young people come to the show here?
No.
Are you happy about that?
I am. I am because there's nothing like, I want to say graphic, like there's no like, sex or violence, but it is graphic. Like it's not. So my mom was like, because she's a teacher, and she's like, can students come? And I was like, I don't know. Do they want to? I don't want to spoil anything, but like, there's a lot of. If you're squeamish, don't come. And I was expecting a lot of. I was expecting like teens to come or like tweens, and I wanted to be like, don't. But they didn't. So okay, fine. Now I'm like, why not? What did I do?
Now, I would like to talk, because obviously we've both done twin stories. Specifically stories about how hard it is to give birth to twins.
Yeah, like your movies.
Yeah. And neither of us shied away from showing, like, it's rough. Like,
I wish I really could get what you're saying because I've seen exactly one Star Wars. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
that's the medical diagnosis. That's what she dies of.
I wish you were alive to see my show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I want to. We don't do themed shows generally with the guests. Normally we don't. But this is a show that is maybe got more. Like, you're an author. This is your book.
It is. Yeah, I saw you pull that out. I was like, oh my God. You're really
This is a book, The Emotionary, and it's a dictionary of words that don't exist for feelings that do, which is a very
Great idea.
clever idea.
Thank you.
Ed, you have a book that's coming out that
I
people
do.
can pre-order.
Yes, you can pre-order it now. Glutton, The Multi-Course Life of a Very Greedy Boy.
And I am an author. I wrote this novel. I probably shouldn't say that, but here's the thing. I just put my name on it. I didn't really write that book. But it says, look at that. It says George Lucas, like I wrote the book. I didn't write that book. Somebody else wrote that book. Did you wrote this?
I did.
You wrote your book?
Yeah, every word.
Oh, well. I guess we don't have as much in common as I thought.
Well, look.
But we have, Eden, you're not diabetic, are you?
I'm not.
Oh, that's too bad. 'Cause you're a diabetic.
I am.
You're a diabetic.
Oh, check it out.
Yeah,
Look
baby.
at this Dexcom.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Mine's on my arm.
Great.
Otherwise, it can't be asked to get it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it.
But that'd be a lovely moment if I did.
It would be
Imagine
cool.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
And I'm so diabetic that I have my own page on diabetes.uk.
On UK as well.
Yeah. Like,
That's
I don't even
gutting.
live here. I made a couple of movies here. Like, you don't have a page. Like, you don't have a page on diabetes.uk.
No,
You've
and
done-
I'm one of the foremost UK diabetics.
Yeah. It has a little biography of me. It says I'm successful. It talks about a car wreck I got in once. And then it moves on to talking about the diabetes.
But hang on, George, you're type 2, right?
I'm type 2.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
That's what I said.
Well, it got me out of Vietnam. That's how I found out I had diabetes. I was drafted, and then they tested me, and they said, you got diabetes, you can't go. And I said, okay, then I won't. Can type 1 get you out of going to war?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
surely.
so.
I think
I want to be sure.
I can't run or do anything.
Yeah, we know that, Patrick. Am I right?
There's been moments in recent history with world events where I've been like, oh, fuck, this is... oh, diabetes!
Yeah.
Feels like a real win.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another obvious theme to tonight's show. Is it the books? 3 out of 5 diabetic.
Yeah.
You and I
Yeah.
got that strong blood. But we should mention that we also are here with the show for the Fringe Festival, and I'm sure you
that's
people
right.
are going, no, we're here watching it. No, this is for fun. We came here with a very honed, deliberate, thoughtful theatrical experience that we're doing every day at 5:55.
555. It's just like when there's a fake number, a phone number in a movie, and they'll go 555. I said, give us the fake area code. That's the time we want to do our play, a very serious play.
A dramatic two-hander called
Yes.
The Baron and the Junk Dealer, in which the two of us play characters very different from ourselves.
Yeah. Totally original characters that we own the rights to.
One of them, a junk dealer.
The other.
Sometimes makes Jewish people uncomfortable. The other one, a rich patron of the arts who no longer has control of his stories. Who here has seen the Baron and the Junk Dealer?
Okay.
Couple people. There is a. I'll spoil a very minor plot point because it's a plot point that's threaded throughout the show. It starts on page 2.
Great.
So it's not much of a spoiler.
Right.
The show, which is very serious, very dramatic, a kind of terse two-hander, a kind of true Westy kind of show, features a lot of piss drinking.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're laughing. I'm setting up the dramatic construct of the
And
show.
this is page 2.
Page 2
so
is set
early.
up, and then
so early.
it stays important.
Page 2 is early for piss drinking.
It's early. The
Yeah.
swig is on page 2, and then it's discussed in depth. More swigs are taken. It runs truly from page 2 to the last page.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff in between.
And I'll say this, and those who are there, the audience can testify that this is true. We've done 3 shows so far. Each time it's been introduced as a concept, at least one person in the audience has gone, oh!
Yeah, very early.
Yeah.
But Watto caught a little bug on the plane over here to Skyline. I had a head cold. I've had a head cold. So I got my windowsill at the place we're staying is it's like a pharmacy. I got like 20 different types of medication I've been like mainlining. And the one thing I got that has been working really well is this Lemsip powder. This yellow powder you put in water. So my days are now me just downing bottles of hot yellow water and then going on stage and pretending to drink piss. That's the continuum of my life right now.
Well, we should also point out, in case you don't know, Watto is completely CGI. So
This is
like,
true.
I drink from the same bottle as him in the play, but it's a digital, it's a computer virus when you get sick.
Right, when I got the computer virus, I got the respiratory computer virus. A chest and nasal computer virus.
So you're showing off about not being diabetic, but that would be impossible for a CGI creature, right?
That's true. Are there no
Excuse
diabetic
me.
characters in Pixar
I
movies?
could be coded that way.
Yeah.
I'm not, but that's the decision of an artist.
Yeah. I mean, I did write a blood disease into one of my sagas that was coded for diabetes. That was like, for those, a lot of people were like, wait, what's this blood disease that some of these characters have? It's diabetes. Like, if you watch, I won't tell you which of the movies it's in, but there's a very significant plot point.
It's one of the early ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the early ones.
That's the first time I've ever thought about my diabetes as a blood disease.
Yeah.
I have a blood disease.
Well, it's like your blood sugar.
Yeah, but it's not. That's a symptom.
I'll say this. Just because George has had diabetes for almost 60 years does not mean he totally understands what it is.
Yeah, clearly.
Sometimes it, in fact, feels like George has a very tenuous grasp on what diabetes is.
Well, I have a rich man's diabetes, so it might be a little bit different. Like, do you have your pen or whatever?
I've got the pen in the bag, and then I've got my Dexcom in my arm. Yeah.
What's it called?
Dexcom.
Dexcom?
Yeah, it's a glucose monitor.
It's a good character name, right?
Yeah, it's a good character name. Dexcom.
Dexcom 4.
Yeah.
It's actually called, mine's Dexcom 6.
That's good too,
Which
right?
is also
That's
pretty good.
Yeah.
Trademarked?
I mean, I just, here, hold slow.
Take a quick.
Yeah, look and see. Look at that TM.
Dexcom G6.
No.
Not trademarked.
Dexcom G6, right there.
Yeah, okay.
I am on the G7, so sorry about that.
Okay.
Is it better? Are the numbers, are they different, or are you on the newer iteration?
All right, let's get really hilarious.
Is it like iPhone?
It's a 25-minute warm-up for a sensor.
Oh, mine's 2 hours.
Yeah, well, there you go. I didn't. I told you.
They cut
That's
the
genuinely
time
the
in
difference.
four.
That's
Yeah.
very short.
Yeah.
I love that we're talking about this.
But also,
Yeah.
it's wildly inaccurate.
Oh. Well, then I don't want it.
How do you know it's inaccurate?
No,
He's joking.
it is fine.
It's fine?
And as an ambassador for the company, I would like to say it's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Yeah, go on. What do you have to offer to the conversation about diabetes?
Okay, well,
Be very careful what you say here.
I will be. Actually, I won't be. My only real experience with diabetes is my aunt, who.
Is she here?
Single
No,
clap from the
she
aunt.
died.
Oh,
It's okay though.
All
It's
right,
okay.
well, you got me.
But she
But
had
answer the
diabetes.
question: is she here?
Didn't think about it that way. No, but she, in order to like make diabetes not like scary for us as kids, because there was none of this. She had to like syringes and like shots that she put in her ass or anywhere every day, and so one of my earliest memories is like shooting my aunt up like in the ass. And it used to be like such a fun thing, like, it's time for Shelley's shots! Yay!
Are you 100% sure your aunt was diabetic?
I never thought about it that way.
I know you probably want to stay focused on the current project, but I just want to say, if you ever want to come back to Edinburgh with another show, shooting my aunt up in the ass is a pretty compelling. I want to know what happened there.
That does feel like a good show for a hot room, you know?
Yes.
Yes, maybe better. Yes, maybe my goal of the show would just be like, how many people can I get to faint? But yeah, that's it. So when you guys are talking about this, I'm like, so no needles, no butt shots.
no butt shots.
Okay.
Yeah.
No life. Do you still have lifesavers?
We have it easy, huh?
Do you still carry? Do you? That was the other thing, that our jobs were just like carry around lifesavers. You know, like the candies.
Oh.
I have sugar tablets. That's what.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you
Okay.
had jelly babies,
I used jelly babies for a bit, but
but you don't really do
they're
that.
too powdery to carry around every day.
Yeah.
It gets all over you. Someone just went, yeah. And also, they're too whimsical to be used in a medical emergency.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you don't want to just be constantly like, God, I'm really shaky. I need this, otherwise I'm going to die. Hello. Doesn't feel right.
If it doesn't work, though, it'd be a nice last thing to look at. Right? Just like a little, see you on the other side.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to go. And I'd like to be at the back of Eden's show as well. When that happens.
That's the last performance. No fainting, just death.
Well, now what do you want to talk about?
He's a good talk show host.
That doesn't happen enough on talk shows.
I have a question. How many fringes is this for you, Ed?
I think I counted the other day. I think I've done 13 full months at the Fringe, and then like 3 other like week-long runs at the Fringe.
Wow.
That's 16.
Yeah, like I've been here about
Do you
16
Is
live
this
here
your
over
16th
a
or
year?
17th then?
I think this might be 16th. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you've lived here over a year of your
Yeah,
life.
yeah. Well
That's
over
wild.
a year. Yeah.
Have you skipped a year since you started doing it? Save for the year, I imagine it didn't happen at all.
Yes.
Or did you come back during lockdown when no one else was
I broke
here?
all the lockdown rules.
My track record
I was
is
the
not
only
being
show
broken.
here. I won the award. It was amazing 2020 for me. I didn't do 2020, didn't do 2021. I didn't 2010 I didn't do a show, but I just came up here for fun.
Wow.
But other than that, since 2005 I've been here performing
That
every year.
is wild.
So you're what they call a fringe darling.
I wouldn't say that.
Why not? Why not?
A fringe mainstay, let's say that.
There you
A
go.
I wouldn't say I'm a
mainstay.
darling. I wouldn't say I pop up and everyone's like, oh my God, Ed Gamble's back. It's more like, oh, Ed Gamble's back.
A perennial,
A perennial. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but not a darling. You object to it's too affectionate.
I think darling's too affectionate, and darling suggests I've had a bigger critical reception than I've actually had.
How have the reviews been on average? Do you fear bad reviews?
No, I don't fear them anymore.
Was there a time when you did?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I spend all month very, very anxious about reviewers coming. And then sometimes reviewers wouldn't come, and it turns out that's way worse. That's a terrible feeling.
Did anyone really ever hurt your feelings?
I tried not to read them for a while, which is also bad for me because then I make them up in my head. And
Right.
let me tell you, in my head, people really hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of bad reviews.
No, George, no.
I
We
have,
all love
I
you.
I have. They're
Here's
all
the
very
lie.
inaccurate. They're not accurate.
Do they hurt your feelings?
Yeah, they hurt my feelings. I want people to like my stuff.
Can I tell you something?
What?
So I have seen exactly 3/4 of one of your movies. No, one of your movies. I've seen one of your movies, and I
You
got
know,
it.
saying 3/4 and then changing it to 1 is worse than saying 1.
I will, because I know
Because you're
it's
basically
not
going,
true.
I saw 3/4, which is basically saying the whole thing.
You basically said, I got the idea.
Yeah, the optimist in me is like, oh, she showed up late, and then was like, what's happening? But I know it wasn't that. You stopped watching before it was over,
Yeah, a
and
little
it wasn't
bit.
just to keep the feeling alive.
No, and I gotta be honest. Because I was 21 when I saw it. I was a full adult, and I was like, I feel like I need to see these movies. Like this is so. I feel like if you can't know characters and no spoiler, like no lines from a movie,
Right.
and not even have seen like any of it, and so I was like, I'm really missing out. I'm really, really missing out. And my friend, who was like a big watching the movies, made him like want to be an actor,
Good
made him want to be
save.
a filmmaker.
Yeah.
You know? And so he's like a huge that head, and I and he was like, I'm gonna show you. I want to be the one to show you. And I watched, and I don't get it. I don't.
When you say the first one, what? You might not.
This one, the old. Oh no, that I actually
No.
did see in theaters, and I fell asleep.
I don't know, but here's the thing. I
So
don't.
you've seen 2 then?
You're right. I have seen. I
Or if
forgot
you've
about
only
the
seen
first-
3/4, that means 1 was worse than we thought it was.
I think you may have watched the story out of order, and that's why you may have been confused.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault. I released them in the wrong order.
Yes.
The first one came out. The first one. It doesn't matter which series this is. We're not promoting it. The first one came out later, and I did later ones first. So that's probably what you were picking up on.
The first
Sure,
one,
yeah.
what you need to understand, Eden, is that whatever series we're talking about here, the 4th one started coming out at a certain point, but didn't finish coming out until 45 years later.
Yeah,
And in between that, 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3 happened.
yeah. We started in the middle.
And 7.
And 7 and 8.
8?
Yeah.
And some other ones.
4 just got finished really recently.
Yeah. Ed, you have a question?
Yeah, can you see why people struggle with it now?
Yeah, I mean, art is hard.
Well said. Well said.
Like,
Well said.
there are paintings that are, hundreds or thousands of years old, and people still walk into rooms and are like, they ponder them. And we don't say, oh, they must have painted it very badly to take this long, and people are still puzzling.
Yeah.
I
I remember
yeah.
when I went and looked at 3/4 of the Mona Lisa.
Yeah. It's fine. I remember going to see the Sistine Chapel, and I was so confused because I hadn't seen the 15th, the 14th, the 13th. That was not Watto's big joke. That was off the cuff.
Watto, that was big, though.
It was big. It was big, but it was not capital W, Watto's big joke. I just want you to know, get your expectations higher. That was a fucking 3-point shot from the other side of court, but that was impromptu. It's not the thing I got in my pocket right now.
You have pockets? I guess you
Fanny
got a
pack.
fanny pack, yeah.
I'm opening a museum in Los Angeles in a couple of years. Did you know that?
Are you really?
Yeah, the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. It's a big spaceship-looking museum, It was rejected by multiple cities. Even though it's a $1 billion museum. I'm like, free museum, who wants it? Chicago didn't want it. San Francisco didn't want it. We're opening in LA near a sports stadium and no parking.
It's way out there.
It's way out there.
It's near USC, Eden.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It
It's
also,
way out there.
It looks like an insole. Like the museum, the
Yeah.
actual physical museum looks like an insole, like a gel insole for a shoe.
Yeah, or like a lady razor.
Was that a deliberate decision?
Yeah, I want it to look like many different kinds of things.
Right. Some could argue it looks like a very discreet personal massager. That has been said. It's an oddly shaped building.
A spaceship.
The whole point of the museum is to celebrate art that tells stories.
Oh, so it's not just for your work.
No, I'm gonna put me and my buddy Steve collect Normie Rockwell paintings.
Oh,
And-
sure, same.
Yeah. And so we're gonna put a bunch of them in the museum because like there'll always be a story in those like this kid's getting a haircut, or like oh look what that dog's doing to that old man.
Basically, George got remarried about 10 years ago, and his wife Melody was like, you got to get some of this stuff out of the house.
I said, well, I'm not gonna get a storage locker.
No. What the waste?
I'll build a $1 billion museum. Do you like art? Do you like museums?
Yeah, sure, of course I do.
You don't have to. You don't feel pressured.
I do. No, I do. I do. I don't like all art, but I like some art.
You are not under oath.
I don't know. All I keep thinking, I like art. My friend is one of my best friends is a really big art person. She's like a curator at a gallery or whatever. And all I'm thinking right now, because I didn't realize that's what this museum was. And this is your fault. You didn't hire my friend, I guess. But I remember her saying, it occurred to me like, oh, I do know what you're talking about. I do know this museum thing that you're opening because she was scouted to work there. And then she nobody called her back?
Unscouted.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
but how come you never called her back?
I don't know, but I think this is an exclusive. I'm very sad that this has happened to my museum, but as a talk show host, I'm like, this is fantastic. This is the first bit of news we've broken about the museum on my own show.
We can exclusively confirm at least one person who has not been hired to work on the museum.
Give me her name and I will see what I can do.
Okay, sure. We'll do it after the show.
Yeah, it's just because maybe we will hire her. It might be that she hasn't been called back yet. When did this happen?
Like a year and a half ago?
Well, I was going
Okay.
to say, also to be fair, when was ground broken on this museum?
Oh, a while ago.
2016?
Yeah,
Something
years
like that?
before the pandemic.
And it was supposed to open before the pandemic, and now it's been pushed to 2025. So
Okay.
Yeah,
there's a
I
lot
don't-
going on.
That's how you function, I guess.
Well, here's the thing.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. If you read my biography on diabetes.uk, it talks about the car wreck that I had. When I love things that go fast. I like
Okay.
fast cars. I wanted to be a race car driver. And then I got in a very, 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 very bad automobile accident when I was a kid. I thought, well, now I can't do that. So most of my movies are about stuff that goes fast. But then when I make them, sometimes it's very slow. You know?
Sure.
Like, spaceships go fast, but when you film a spaceship going fast, it's a pretty slow process. I think we'll call your friend.
I think you should.
Was it an international call? We could call now.
You should. It is an international call.
All right.
You should call now. Is she awake? What time is it?
It's a normal time in Los
Is it a
Angeles.
normal time?
Yeah, it's a normal
Feels
time.
like you should do that.
You should call her.
Fuck it, I can afford it. Can you,
Yeah, I've got it
her
memorized. She's
number?
one of my best friends.
do you think she'll answer?
You got to put the
No.
one first.
Yeah, I do. Do I have to put the plus? Do I put 0 first?
I don't know.
Isn't that?
No.
001?
001.
0, plus
Plus,
001.
But 0, but the
But
just 001.
Yes.
Okay.
this is great.
0, 1.
This is interactivity.
Honestly, I should have called her from my phone. 2, 3. Oh no, that's my number. Sorry.
Oh.
Trying to get yourself a job.
Yeah.
That
me.
won't work. I won't be fooled that easily with you.
Hello,
Right
this
here.
is Eden's friend ready for employment.
Should Eden start this call?
It didn't work.
It
Oh.
It didn't work.
No. Can I call from my phone?
Well, there was a Let's try it.
Yeah, call from your phone and then say I have George Lucas on the
Yeah.
line for you.
Oh no, she's gonna be. Oh man. Huh?
Or speaker at least.
Oh wait, hold on.
FaceTime's cheaper.
Is it actually? Let me just see if she'll, because she would
Yeah,
answer,
let's-
and then I'm gonna be like, hey.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, Caller. Hi, I. Okay.
Yeah, difficult to know where to start with this one.
Okay, so I'm on a talk show right now, and it's with George Lucas. It's like a live thing you're like on right now. I was talking about how you got snubbed for the museum, for his museum. And no, go on. He wanted to, I don't know, apologize, hire you. What did you want to
I
do?
just want to talk to her.
Is this right? I'm sorry, you're on.
Put
I'm
him
trying
at
to
the
put a
bottom.
mic in your.
The mic's at the bottom.
bottom?
At the bottom? Is this
Yeah.
where the mic is?
Say so, what's her name again?
Rachel.
Rachel?
Yeah.
Hi, Rachel. This is George Lucas. We didn't call you back?
You know what? This is a couple years ago.
Okay.
This
Well,
was
it's been a busy
pre-COVID,
couple of
so
years.
It's all a blur. But I had a great couple interviews and visited the offices. And this is before it had been built.
Yeah.
And you know, I guess it just wasn't a right fit. I don't really know.
Wait, you were told it wasn't a right fit, or you just assumed that?
You know what? I really don't fully remember exactly what went down, to be quite frank. But I had a great experience interviewing. I will say that.
Well, you're welcome.
Your team.
Okay. I feel like I should. No. Do you have more questions, George?
No, I have no more questions.
Okay. Does anyone else have any more questions for my friend Rachel Keller?
How's the weather, Rachel?
Oh my God, it's so hot. I'm literally in my car in LA, and it's.
Rachel, you wouldn't believe how hot it is in Eden's show.
Keller, someone fainted in the audience tonight.
No.
Yeah. I'll tell you about it later.
Well, I'll see you at Fringe in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, she's coming.
Come to our show, Rachel.
Will she come on the show?
Sure. Keller,
Rachel, will you come on the show and we'll do an interview for the museum? We'll re-interview.
100%.
Yeah! Yeah! Yes.
Writers could never give you that. That can only happen.
Thank you, Rachel.
off the cuff.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. See you in a few weeks.
Thank you, Keller. I love you.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Oh my God. Wow.
She's so relaxed about that.
I
She was
know.
like, yeah, cool, and immediately just went into a full monologue.
I couldn't believe that she really, when I was like, I'm with George Lucas, she was like, okay. Okay.
You would not believe how often that has happened. Where someone on our show calls someone, says, I'm here with George Lucas, and people accept the thing that is very real. Ed, I have a question for you.
Please.
You host a wildly popular podcast, Off Menu.
Yes.
You've been here many, many times, as you've said. When you come here, does everyone ask you for your restaurant recommendations? Does everyone say, Ed, where do I eat when I'm in Edinburgh?
Yes. Is this? Are you about to do the same
I would
thing?
like to
What's it-
know where to eat. I'm here for the month, and I really want to know the good places.
Edinburgh's tricky.
Yeah.
Although locals won't say that, but there are some nice places.
I found one little hole-in-the-wall place I thought was very good. It was Tesco's, was it? Tesco's?
It was a Tesco's Express.
Very and fast.
So fast.
So
Yeah.
fast. Like
George
Tesco.
loved it.
I loved it.
George
it's
loved it.
faster and more intense than a regular Tesco.
But you said it's a tricky food city you found.
Well, so central Edinburgh as well, because you're running around and doing shows and going to stuff, and you need something quick.
Sure.
You ask the locals, because if I say the wrong thing, they're all going to boo me. But
Let's try it. Let's test it. And get your boo hands ready. Cup the sides of your mouth.
I like Ting Tai Caravan. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, mixed response.
I like Mother India. God, that was more popular.
Wild success, yes.
There are some fancy places.
Give it to me. I'm the fanciest motherfucker around.
If you wanna go out to Leith and go to the Little Chart Room, that is a fancy ass restaurant, and that is fantastic. If you want a special, don't boo the Little Chart Room.
Do they have a dress code? Is my question.
Yeah, it's specifically what you look like.
Perfect. The Little Chart Room.
The Little Chart Room. Yeah.
Where does the name come from? Is there a room in there with a tiny chart? Got to bring out the magnifying glass.
I didn't see it, but yeah,
Okay.
I think it's definitely in there. Where else? Where else is good? Moss Kitchen's good.
Moss
If you want like a very quick, really nice curry, go to Moss Kitchen.
Where?
Mosque Kitchen.
Oh, most where?
Mosque?
Mosque.
Oh, not
kitchen.
Moss.
Yeah.
It
No,
sounded
not Moss
like
Kitchen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw a place on the corner. It was a chicken restaurant that sponsored a couple of my movies.
What was it called, George?
Well, I can say the restaurant. I can promote the restaurant. It's KFC.
You can say the name of the restaurant.
Yeah, I can. KFC. We're not striking against KFC. KFC sponsored a bunch of my movies.
Is that real?
Yeah.
There was. Okay.
Eden, get ready.
In 1999, the first of George's movies came out. 22 years after the fourth one came. And the anticipation was so high that they said not one mere fast food chain could promote this film. 3 of them need to unite. So KFC, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell all promoted the movie. Each one said, for this month, our restaurant is a different planet. You don't know which movie I'm talking about here. And there was this campaign that was like, the unification of the 3 greatest mascots all have to work together. So at this era, we had Colonel Sanders, Evergreen, right, KFC mascot. The Taco Bell Chihuahua was big at that moment. He was popping. Gidget. So he was there, right? And then the 3rd mascot, they went, Pizza Hut has no mascot. So it was just a lady who works at Pizza Hut. And there were a series of commercials that are very expensive. You can tell they're big productions.
Yeah.
And George, I mean, this is not promoting the movie. They had a jingle that went with it.
Right.
Can you sing?
We
a
can
couple?
promote the commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? It was like
and
pizza,
no.
taco, chicken, pizza, chicken, tacos, Pepsi, pizza, tacos, Pepsi, and chicken. Pizza, tacos, chicken, Pepsi, pizza, tacos, Pixin, chicken. Yeah, you see how it
But
is.
then,
Yeah.
come and buy your food
Yeah,
at Taco Bell. Come and buy your food at Pizza
KFC.
Hut. Come and buy your food at Pizza Hut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say what a wild situation we're in, where you can't say the name of movies, but you can say company names over and over again.
Yeah.
What we're seeing now, this is the opposite of the BBC.
Well, it's my understanding that all of those establishments pay their employees very well.
I mean, here's something right here.
Yeah, so this was a cup from the campaign. They had these cups at all the different restaurants. Their KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Pepsi. The logo's right there. And these are just fun cups for kids, right? Where a kid could eat some tacos, a slice of pizza, a piece of chicken, and then underneath it.
Sorry.
No, let's let Eden do
Oh,
this.
okay.
No,
yeah.
no.
No,
I didn't
actually,
realize there was
I
more.
sort of want you to read it.
Yeah.
I want you
would
to
like
read
you to
it
read
both.
this.
I want because there's a little bit of reading material on the side of the cup for the kid.
And I don't know if this is the movie you saw, so maybe this would be
Just
familiar.
cold read it. Cold read it. Go on the
read.
journey in real time.
Okay. Watto is a junk dealer who lives on the remote desert planet of
Tatooine.
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 Tatooine. I know that. Oh, I know that. Right.
Cool.
Watto loves haggling. Oh no.
Yeah. Yep. Keep going. Keep going.
Loves haggling and betting on pod races.
Yes.
was like, pod
When we
cruise?
said cold reading, we didn't mean forget how to read.
Literally. I was like, I don't think this is what you want. You didn't. Okay. Okay, let's haggling, yikes, and betting on pod races more than anything. Betting on a pod race is how he won his is how he won his 2 slaves, Anakin and Shmi Skywalker, from Garduya the Hutt.
4 kids.
It's rare that you get a gasp from during a cold reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also rare that you get a gasp from a cup. There are few cups this dramatically provocative, I would say. That's just the quick. That's the bullet points.
Yeah, that's for fucking kids.
Yeah, and that's one of 20 cups. So imagine what the other cups say.
Yeah, and you have a Pizza Hut just not a far walk from here.
Yeah.
You don't have Taco Bell here, though, I think. You don't have Taco Bell here?
No.
Where is
there
it?
one here?
All right, well, then you have the whole trilogy.
And we wonder why you're type 2 diabetic.
How are we doing on time, George?
That's what I was going to ask. I feel like it's way past, I think, the time.
Should we wrap up?
Not you, but they weren't asking you.
It's not up to you guys. It's up to this guy back here.
In the booth.
Don't make me the bad guy.
Andy.
Well, no, I don't want you to be the
you're
bad
not the
guy.
bad guy. We'd be the bad guys for running over.
We just don't have a clock.
Yeah, we have no idea what time it is.
Give us an honest answer.
It's 10 to 1.
That's like, all right.
It's 1 in the morning?
Wow.
Yeah.
My show starts in 11 hours.
All right. Do you?
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
All right.
Ready? Okay.
All right.
Watto,
do we need to do thank yous before the big joke? Is the big joke?
Yeah,
a
I
real
think the
closer?
big joke is going to. This is the thing. You're not going to be able to hear anything said after the big joke.
All right.
The laughter will
Except
be-
for I have to say something to end the show.
Yeah.
I mean, good luck. I'll let you try. I'm just telling you, people are going to be rolling out of here. Sides are going to be split.
All right.
Ribs are going to be pickled.
So very quickly, let's
Yes.
get our plugs out of the way in terms of not struck work,
No.
but like Fringe. Let's
Fringe.
just reinforce.
Yeah.
Your show is every night at 8:20
Every night at 8:20.
at the giant balloon in the.
At the Gilded Balloon.
Gilded Balloon.
At the Teviot. I was saying Teviot, but the Teviot. It's in the Turret Theater.
Yes.
The first 2 weeks are sold out, but hopefully,
Yeah.
if you are listening to this and you buy tickets, the air will be working at that point.
Or if not, there should be a standby line outside for people who can take it.
Yes.
There will be a stream of people who tap out, and then you can come in, catch those last few minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 8:20 every night. Oh, not the 14th and 15th, but doesn't matter, and it's sold out until then anyway. And then
And it's a wonderful show. I can vouch for it. It's a wonderful
you.
show.
It is one. It's great. It's great.
Ed, I haven't seen your show yet, but everything I've ever seen you do has made me laugh, so I'm going to vouch for it sight unseen.
I mean, it's sold out, so.
So it doesn't matter.
No, but
well,
I'm on tour next year, so.
I'll vouch for that.
Yeah. So my show I'm going on tour with is called Hot Diggity Dog, and that will be coming to Scotland.
And your book can be pre-ordered now, and your book can be purchased, and you can have it within minutes.
Yeah, because of slave labor on Amazon. I'm sorry. Oh my God, no, buy the book, buy my book, please.
Wow.
Buy the book.
Self-preservation kicks in pretty quick.
It really did. It really did. I'm so
quickly?
tired.
No, I've been there. The principles go out the window at some points when you start to realize. Yeah. We're gonna have how many tea breaks? Fuck it, we're going to Australia. Patrick, you want to promote something?
Well, we have some Baron and the Junk Dealer posters that we signed. They should be on your way out. You can purchase them. The three of us signed them. If they sell out for some reason and you want one, just reach out and we'll figure it out.
And
while
our
we're
show
here.
is 5:55 at the Assembly Roxy downstairs every day, but the 15th.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Please
then
come.
And we're running through the 24th, and then for the 25th to the 28th, I will be doing a one-person improvised performance called George Prov, an improvised theatrical experience. It's basically like the ABBA show in London, without the songs, with me doing improv instead. But otherwise, it's
Wait,
identical.
as yourself.
Be very careful. I don't know what you're about
George
to say.
Lucas. George
Yes.
Lucas, as yourself, George
Yes,
Lucas.
George Lucas. I've already done the improv. We did it in a motion capture studio. We'll just be digitally projecting it, but it'd still be improv because I basically did all the moves in 1 week, and then they can assemble it. It's amazing.
Show us one quick example move that you've done that will be used.
Okay, what's your name? Anybody?
16-year-old, what's your name?
Elliot? Great. My buddy Steve did a movie about a kid named Elliot.
Great.
He's good improv.
Improv.
He's good improv.
I'd say phone home, but your mom's right here.
First rule of improv is yes, and my buddy Steve made a movie about it.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
All right,
Is
so
everyone?
here we go.
And everyone, you might want to ground yourself. Make sure you are firmly in your seat. Hold on to your sides. Here comes Watto's big. Can we get the dramatic lighting change here? But when it's a little funny, it's funny because it's a big joke coming. Okay. I want to remind everyone of the context that I have been sick.
Okay, sure,
Okay, the virus, we
Sure,
said
sure,
computer virus,
Yeah.
the sinuses, the this and that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a nice relief to be here doing the George Lucas talk show. Yeah, because I've been up all night coughing in my room doing the George Mucus talk show. Simply the best!
And may the force be with you, always.